Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to build a hybrid mobile app using Ionic 2 framework. The Ionic 2 framework follows a component-based architecture, as in like Angular 2, and it's quite different from Ionic 1. So without further ado, let's get started. First of all, open up your console, and I've already installed Ionic 2 on this machine. If you haven't installed, give the command npm install Ionic app beta. This is the command, but since I already installed, I'll just skip this and proceed on. So first I'll just start a blank app. By the way, what we are going to do here is we are going to make a GET request to the freshly pressed API of WordPress, get the posts and display it in our app. This is what we are going to do. This is a very good thing, guys. The NVM stands for Node Version Manager, and it lets you use multiple node versions on the same machine. See, I have 3 node versions installed on this machine. For our purpose, I'll use 0.12.7. Let's wait for it. The reason I am doing this today is that when I first started learning Ionic 1, there was another video like this exact video which showed how to use the Ionic framework to make a GET request to a HTTP to the WordPress API, get the post from there and display it on your Ionic app. I saw that video and I got motivated to follow it up, and I started learning Ionic from there on. So when Ionic 2 came out, I thought that maybe if someone else did a simple video like that, people would be encouraged to learn it quickly. So that is the reason why I'm doing this video for you guys today. Yeah, now it's done. Okay, let's get started. The reason I paused the recording is that my internet connection was a bit slow, guys, so I didn't want to make you guys wait along with me. So anyway, let's begin. So I'll just open up my editor. I use brackets. First I was using Atom, but then I decided to try brackets, and so for the purpose of this demo I'll just use brackets. And just close all these files. Okay, fine. Freshly pressed. Okay, this is the structure of a Ionic 2 application, guys. So all our code, the entire code will be inside the app folder. Let's get into the app folder. The app folder contains 2 directories and app.js file. The screens of our application will be inside the pages directory. Now since I gave blank while I created the application, there will be only one screen, that is the home screen. So it has the home directory has 3 files: the home.html, which is basically the template of or how the screen looks, and the JS file, and the Sass file. The Ionic 2 uses Sass rather than CSS as in Ionic 1. Sass is nothing but syntactically awesome style sheets. Let's get to that later. Now first, this is how the code looks. This is ES6 typing, as you know that, obviously, with JavaScript. So first of all, let's focus on our thing here. We'll write a service which will make the GET request to the freshly pressed API and return it to the home screen where we are going to show it. So let's create a file first. Okay, in this file, let's first import So this is the component based architecture, guys. Like injectable and inject are two components present in this location Angular 2/core. We are just importing those two components here to use the methods present inside those two components here. So injectable is similar to the service in Ionic 1. So okay, first we are importing these two files and then we'll write it. Oh, sorry guys, you might not be able to see it due to the font size. I'll just increase it a bit. Yeah, there you go. We'll just export what we write here so that this component can be used in other components. In this case, our home component. I will first write a getParameters method. Okay, so I have just written a constructor which will initialize the HTTP into this .http, and I'm using a variable data which has the value null. This is similar to it's a plain old object oriented programming, nothing new about it. So let's write two methods. Load data, this is to make the API call. We need the URL. First, the thing to notice here is that this request will return an observable rather than a promise. So we need to transform that observable into a text or a JSON file first, the return value, and then we need to write a subscribe function that will do manipulations on that returned JSON. In our case, we just need to assign it to this .data, the variable this .data. So to write a map function, first of all, let's import RxJS. This is nothing but reactive extensions. RxJS is nothing but reactive extensions for JavaScript. Map. You get it, right? We are just mapping that response or transforming that response into a JSON format. And then we'll write a subscribe on this. Okay, here start data equal to data. Okay, so we are just taking that transformed JSON format thing and then assigning it to this .data. So we handle the observable there, the observable which is returned from the GET request there. Okay, then we'll write one more function method. Get data, return this. Okay, now the service is ready. Now we are going to use or inject this service inside the home file and then display it on our screen. So first we'll import this. We need to import inject also. just add a provider. This is the service provider. And then as usual here we'll just write a get parameters method. Which will return WP service and then constructor to get that service and assign it. And we are having a data variable here to get the returned data from the service. Okay, now we'll just write one more method, retrieve, so that we can make the call there. First I'll call the load data method. Okay, now this will call and we'll just the load data method will make get request, get the data, transform it, and then store it in this data in that file. So this is an async request. We'll wait for some time or give a small duration, right, timeout function to do that. And then call get data. Right. Now we'll just, for testing purposes, let's just print the data. Console.log data. Oh, sorry, this data won't have it. Yeah. And we'll give a duration of around 5000 seconds maybe. Yeah. That is 5 seconds, sorry, 5000 milliseconds. Okay. So this is ready. We just need to hook up this a button or something in the template to call this retrieve function. We'll do that. Oh, these are not necessary. Button. Click. Okay, let's test this, guys. Hopefully, let's hope it goes well. Oh, sorry. Might be some error. Let's see, where have I gone wrong? This is small p, lowercase letter. Get parameters. Okay. Now let's see. Yeah, it's running. Yeah. So this button should be hooked up to the retrieve function, which will return. I have given console.log there. So this should print out the data returned in the console. Let's see if that happens. Since I set a timeout, it would take around 5 seconds. Yeah, I got the data here. So this is the data which we get from the get request. Now let's put the data in a readable format in the screen. Okay, so all we need is this posts, because you're going to just print the posts here in the screen. Let's take that alone first of all. It's an easy posts. Okay, now the front end stuff, I'll just display it in a card. Card. Okay. We'll just put a small avatar first. Item left. Image source equal to avatar underscore URL. Oh, we'll do this in the for loop. No, first author dot avatar underscore URL. Okay, then we'll just add a title, card title, author dot nice name. Let's go with this nice name. Author dot nice underscore name. Okay. Then we'll do a simple. We'll add a small link to his blog URL as well. So author dot URL. Okay, now this is clickable. Okay, so we have done the header part of the card. Let's do the content part. Card content. This is where the blog post actually appears. Ion card content. First we'll do the title h2. Yeah. And then content. Okay. Now this is the post is an array and it has 10 values like this. So we need to iterate through an array. Usually in Ionic 1 we use ng repeat, but in Ionic 2 we use the ng for. So ng for hash item of, not in. In ng repeat we use in, here it's of data. and then I'll just add item. Yeah, that's it. So we have got it ready, and I'll add a title. Yeah, one more thing I wanted to say is, as of today, the Ion header bar doesn't exist, guys. So I mean Ion bar header doesn't exist. So we just use Ion nav bar and Ion toolbars. Here I given the title here. So yeah, that's it. Let's see if this works out. Nope, just the URL gets displayed and just the image gets displayed. So what's the error? Author.url. Yeah, here I forgot to give item. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's working fine. But if you notice here, you could see that here it's just displaying the general format. It should display, it's not recognizing these tags, and it's just displaying just like that. So we need to make it display it in a HTML form. We need to make it recognize these tags as HTML tags and display it in the form. So what we need to do is, there we bind it, ngbind, we use ngbind and bind it to HTML form. But in Ionic 2 we use it like this. So yeah, here. HTML. Yeah. Oh no, I think I made a mistake here. Yeah, since we are already giving it in the form of HTML, I think this interpolation is not needed. Yeah, that's it. So now let's check. Yep, works fine. Now you could see that it's in a simple readable form, and each and every post is displayed as a card, as you could see here. So now I'll talk about now I'll do a little more thing, and I'll talk about styling. Okay, first of all, here we use SAS sheets. That is syntactically awesome. That is SCSS they end with .SCSS, syntactically awesome style sheets instead of CSS. So when it comes to styling, we can use predefined variables, and then we can give overrides using those variables here to change the style of the elements. I'll just show you one example on which about how we could do the styling. So first of all, let's take Ionic 2 documentation, theming, and then here overriding Ionic variables, right? So here we'll find a list of variables which could be overridden. So let's just take, we have used card here, so we'll take a variable with card. Yeah, card. And since we are using Android, notice that it is separate for both iOS and Android. So we'll just, card, card MD title is here. Card MD title text color. We'll just change this, try changing this. Just click here. It'll take you to the GitHub page and it'll show you all the variables present there. So what we are going to do is now take card MD title text color, this one. Yeah. And if you open theme here, there will be 4 CSS files. So what you could do is this home.scss is for changing styles or giving styles specific to the screen. Each and every screen which you create or page which you create will have these 3 files separately. So for example, if I create an about me page, it will have about me.html, about me.js and about me.scss. The style attributes which you give in that SCSS file will be specific to the that screen alone. So now I'll give the override in the app.variables.scss file. We'll just give red. Okay, so see there. Now the title, the Ion card title which we used appears in red color. This is how you give overrides and change the styles of the existing elements. So now I think you get the general picture. Okay, so maybe I'll just the card one, the ending of the card is not that much prominent. I just try to make that prominent. Some other thing from here. Do we have it here? The border or drop shadow effect, right? That is. Nope, we don't have it. Seems. Actually, that is the box shadow effect, I think. Box shadow, we have it here. Let's see. Yeah, card MD box shadow. Let's see. I'll just paste it here and modify it. Give it a better value, maybe 7. Now let's check it out. Yeah, see, now you could see that the box shadow effect is more prominent in the bottom. So yeah, anyway, you get the idea, right? This is how you apply stylings for the Ionic 2 applications. So yeah, that's it guys. This was the focus of the video. That is to show you how to make a simple app using Ionic 2. Now maybe I'll just show you one more thing. I'll just show you the first video. I told you that there was already a video like this for Ionic 1. In that at last the guy showed you how to do an Ion refresher, that is the pull to refresh thing. I'll show you the same too, but in Ionic 2 the pull to refresh as of today has some issues. It seems they are working on that, but still I'll show you. So why don't we just have a look at the documentation and then that will make it easy. Ion refresher, Ionic 2. This is the old one. I can't find it here, guys. Bad luck. Maybe I'll try writing it myself, like with Ionic 1. We'll follow the same standard and see if it works. Okay, here it goes. What we need to refresh is the entire card thing. So we'll just comment out this button and then Ion refresher. To refresh. I don't remember it, guys. Let me check the Ionic 2 documents and see if it's there. Yeah, here it is. Ion refresher. Refresh. Here we need to call the retrieve function, right? Retrieve. Okay, so we are passing an event here. Just cut this and paste it here. Okay, we are passing an event here, so we'll just modify our file here accordingly. Refresher dot complete. Okay, so instead of this console.log, let's write refresher dot complete. Okay, so now but we need text to say pull to refresh, right? Otherwise it will look blank, I guess. Yeah, it looks blank, so we'll just have a text that will say pull to refresh. Pull down to start. Simple. Okay, now I'll tell you why I wrote this hidden thing. This is because in Angular 1, Ionic 1, we use a thing called ng hide and ng show, right, to show or hide specific divs, or sometimes we use ng if, right. So here we use this and this hidden functions exactly in the same way. So we'll just have a flag there to trigger this one. Constructor first, it needs to be true, so that shows up. And then once this happens, this needs to be this dot flag equal to false. Okay. And then flag. Yeah, there you go, guys. So we'll just pull down. Oh, nothing happens. Oh, for some reason I think it's not working in my Chrome. So I'll just trigger the emulator. This is another useful add-on for Chrome, guys, the Ripple emulator. Using this you could easily emulate PhoneGap or Cordova application in your browser itself. We'll just use this now. Pull down to start. Yeah, it works. Yeah, it vanishes. What happened to our content? Oh my god. I think there's an issue with this Ion refresher thing. That's why it's already been posted there in the Ionic forums, and they are working on it. So I guess it won't work as of now. If it works, I'll just make a note of it and put that on the blog. On the blog, whatever code I have written is there, available as a GitHub repo, and I'll be posting a link below. Link on my blog. I'll post a link for my blog below this video. So guys, I hope I didn't take up much of your time, and I hope I just explained it to you as much as I could. Sorry, this is my first video which first screencast video which I'm making, so in between I might have stammered or something. So but I believe it would be helpful to you guys. If you need any other tutorials, or if you're stuck somewhere and you need you need to get an idea on, or if you're starting to work on an application and you need an idea about anything specific to Angular 2 Ionic 2, Angular 1 Ionic 1, or Node.js or something, please drop a comment below, and I'll make a video of it whenever time permits, and then I'll post it. Yeah, that's it guys. So yeah, see you in my next video. Mostly next video will be making on authentication in Angular 2, unless someone else comes up with another interesting topic, in which case I'll make that first and then go for authentication. So yeah, that's it guys. See you. Thanks guys.